After the lunch break, we get underway with race number 6 out of 15 here at Circuit du Val d'Argenton for the second round of the 2023 Rotax Max Euro Trophy. And here is your grid for Junior Rotax Heat 3, Groups A and C. Mateo Radenkovic from Belgium will start on pole position once again. He'll be joined by Archie Clark from the United Kingdom in the 247. Joshua Graham and Tom Strehler will be on row number 2, representing the UK and Latvia. It's Belgium and Germany on row number 3 with Olivier Jonkers and Julian Kovacevic. France and the Netherlands on row 4 with Lucasel and Boaz Maximov, with the UAE and France rounding out the top 10 courtesy of Zeynel Homosani and Romain Kitzinger. And rounding out the 17-strong grid will be Dave Stevens, Antoine Cluzel, Matteo Dauvergne, Matthias Jellerup, Noah Janssen, Sky Parker and Thomas Behrmann. 2 different winners so far today. The first being Radenkovic in Heat 1 and the UK's Timo Jungling in Heat 2 this morning. So the juniors will also take part in 6 respective heats here today in Western France. And in the meantime, the sun has gained intensity and heat. It is now 23 degrees Celsius. The high is now changing to 3 degrees off of 30 degrees Celsius at around about 5 o'clock this afternoon, local time. But the red lights are on the gantry ahead of 7 minutes plus an additional lap of racing. So it's down to Radenkovic and Clark on the front row to control the pace. Out of the final corner, into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out. We are off and racing, and a good move across behind the front row from Tom Strehler to keep a hold of 3rd position. And now he's made that up into 2nd place. Joshua Graham up to 3rd through Clubhouse. So Archie Clark drops down into 4th position. A little bit of moving and shaking in the back part of the grid. They now make their way onto the back straight. Some overtaking happening, and someone's gone a little bit off onto the dusty stuff, and once again that was coming out of turn number 6. Looks like Dauvergne and Thomas Behrmann again has made a brilliant start in this race, having started from 17th on the grid. He's made up at least 5 or 6 places. They come around the corner to complete the opening lap. Radenkovic leads, Tom Strehler in 2nd. 3rd, it's Josh Graham. Archie Clark, Olivier Jonkers round out the top 5. Zeynel Homosani now up into P6 ahead of Lucasels, but there is a little bit of a dogfight happening between Dave Stevens as Noah Janssen loses out to Thomas Behrmann going through into turn number 3. Down the back straightaway once again into the deceptive double right-hander. And Noah Janssen decides to go up the inside of Thomas Behrmann, and Behrmann's off, loses a position to Matthias Jellerup. So youngster from Essex's progress halted ever so slightly, but there's still 5 minutes and 20 seconds plus an additional lap. Change a little bit further up the order. Julian Kovacevic has managed to get through on Lucasels from France. That's for P7. And also going through at the same time was Dave Stevens. Joshua Graham now up into 2nd, having got past Tom Strehler from Latvia. As all, I spotted something going off of a cart coming out to turn number 3. Not too sure what that was. So there was a little bit of debris on the outside of the corner. Now through into the very technical, fast-flowing, momentum-carrying infield. Black and white warning flag being shown to Noah Janssen. 2-3-1 from Germany as the field makes its way up to Dunlop at turn number 11. And at full throttle, full commitment through this flat-out, fast right-hander. Radenkovic again leads, and now it's a resumption of what happened in the opening heat because Joshua Graham was within 2/10. Once again, up towards the back part of the circuit. Fastest lap of the race has been set by the driver in second position. Josh Graham with a 53.314 second lap time around this 1,280 metre circuit. A little bit further back, I think I've just spotted a move that has just seen one driver lose a couple of positions. That's Julian Kovacevic, who's just lost 3 on the bounce through 2 respective corners. The last person to get past him was Thomas Behrman in the 2.59. And there is Matthias Jellerup going through. Neat move up the inside as someone nearly goes onto the dusty stuff and onto the grass. And back up the inside of Janssen. This now time to take 9th position by the 2.59 from KR Sports. Showed a brilliant turn of pace in the opening heats of the day. But Radenkovic, like he did last time, is controlling the pace at the front end of the field. And Julian Kovacevic finds himself down, right down towards the back end of the grid. It's also been passed by the 2.52 of Sky Parker, based out of Treloghan in Wales. This is her first season in European competition. 2.5 minutes to go. Gap is 2 3/4 tenths between first and second. Nearly 5.5 tenths separate the top 3. Thomas Behrman now puts in the fastest lap of the race, 53.096. And he's within striking distance of getting past Lucas Sells, as we have got a mechanical black flag, and that is going the way of Joshua Graham, who's in second behind Matej Radenkovic. So that might have been what came off of his kart a little bit earlier on. That's a real shame for the youngster in the 2.98. 14 years of age, based out of Walden. So Graham will have to park that within the next couple of laps. And that will be a real dent to his confidence. And the 2.98 has been absolutely blistering in qualifying. He put up a big fight against Matej Radenkovic in the opening heat. And now he's, yeah, you can tell that he's probably going to be letting Tom Strella pass very, very shortly. He's going to have to come out of Dunlop either this time or the next time and pull the cart into the pit lane, and that will be his race done and dusted. So just under a minute to go. Radenkovic leads them coming out of Dunlop. Graham pulls instantly to the left-hand side, and out of the race goes the 2.98. That promotes Tom Strella and Archie Clark to second and third respectively. Thomas Behrman, in the meantime, has been putting in fastest laps of the race, and he's just put in a 52.989 as the 2.59 from KR Sport. He's trying to close in on the 2.92 from the Netherlands. Just up ahead, that is Tay Stevens. Zain El Homossani is now in 4th ahead of Olivier Jonkers. Tay Stevens latches onto the back of the train as Jonkers was looking possibly for a move up the inside of the turn 7 left-hand hairpin. Last lap board is going to be out this time as the timer hits 0. That's the sign exactly what Matej Radenkovic needs right now. He leads by nearly 9/10 of a second ahead of Tom Strella. Archie Clark in 3rd. But the battle for 4th place is going to wage on right up until the checkered. That train is being led by Zain El Homossani in the 2.95 from the Yaz Heat Racing Academy. Jonkers not too far behind either, neither is Tay Stevens. Thomas Behrman was half a second behind the 2.92 in front. He's closed that gap up significantly. So could Behrman get a top 5 finish by the checkered flag? Well, that might be easier said than done, but it depends on what happens in front of him, because he's right on the back bumper of Taze Stevens. Could get a run of momentum coming out of the final couple of corners as Radenkovic now stretches the legs on the 296 Buvin power entry and comes out of the final corner. It's 2 for 2 for Radenkovic. Second goes to Tom Strelith. Third goes to Archie Clark. And your top 3 were covered by just over 1.5 seconds after 9 laps. Zain El Homosani takes 4th at the flag ahead of Olivier Yonkers, with Taze Stevens in 6th. Thomas Behrman makes up 10 positions from 17th to round out the top 7 ahead of Lucas L. Then we've got Noah Janssen and Matthias Jallerup rounding out the top 10. Antoine Grisel, Matteo Dauvergne rounding out the top 12. Boris Maximov and Julian Kovacevic rounding out the top 14. Sky Parker finishes in 15th ahead of Romain Kitzinger. And with 3 laps to go, mechanical black flag meant the retirement of Joshua Graham.